Call of Duty 2015 this week looks like it's going to be revealing all for the next Call of Duty game, and I'm here to keep you guys fully updated with everything. In the past 24 hours, we've got tons of teaser information, and all of which will be included in this single video. I decided against doing short, silly little videos. I thought it'd make a lot more sense, be a lot more informative, and be better to put all of the information into one whole video for everything we've gathered since this teasing begun. If you guys enjoyed that, and give it a thumbs up, but let's get straight into it. So it all kicked off yesterday when David Von der Haar retweeted a tweet letting us know that Black Ops 2 had been updated. Why had the game been updated years after it came out? Well, it turns out that if you go into multiplayer and searched around the multiplayer maps, you could actually find that some of the maps had updates on them where a Snapchat icon had been added into the map. Very unusual. What was this all about? If you went ahead and actually scanned the Snapchat image, it would lead you to the official Call of Duty Snapchat account. Nothing was happening at this point, but we knew that we could expect something soon, and soon something did happen. The first Snapchat went live, and this Snapchat was short but sweet and definitely got people excited. You can see it right here.
Listen only to the sound of my voice.
Listen only to the sound of my voice. A bit freaky if anything, but there were three core parts to his first Snapchat. The first one, of course, being the person's eye. It's almost as if they're going to some sort of meditative state, and the person commentating or narrating is trying to basically calm down this individual, and that makes a little bit more sense when we look at the future Snapchats as well. But moving on to the second part of the Snapchat, we can see that the rays coming through the trees lead a very big clue on the ground, with the big three beams of light looking exactly like three, hinting at Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, at the moment, we do not know the title name for the next Call of Duty game, but I'm going to bet almost everything on Black Ops 3 right now, because that seems to be where everything's leading towards. It's the most logical name for the next Call of Duty game, and this was our very first hint at that being the case. Moving on towards the end of a Snapchat, literally for a final few frames, literally just a single tree in the middle of what looked to be some sort of whited out forest. And some people believe that this tree could actually link in with the tree that starts off Call of Duty Black Ops 2. You find yourself climbing in it, and again would link back to the idea of Black Ops 2 carrying forth and being linked into this teaser for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now let's have a little bit of a break before we jump into the second Snapchat, because people have recently found a combo bundle on Amazon linking Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 together, allowing you to buy them in tandem. But why would they suddenly put these two games up on the store together? Well, if you think about it, this is the first time we've had a 3-year cycle for Call of Duty. Black Ops 3 actually came out almost 3 years ago, which means if you've only gotten into the Call of Duty series in the past 2 years, you won't have even played Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. So if Black Ops 3 is around the corner, this is a great way to get people introduced into the series and pick up both of the games. Now, there's nothing official on this Amazon listing yet, but I believe that's the theory behind why these have gone up on the store. For any of the fans that see this Black Ops 3 reveal and the teasers that are coming out at the moment, they'll be like, you know what, I want to pick up these older games so I've never played them and give them a go. But let's jump back into the Snapchats, and we're moving on to the second one. This one went live today and gives us a lot more information and has a lot more details in it.
Let your thoughts drift. Let the bad memories fade. Let peace be upon you.
So visually, this offers up a lot more. Still very vague. That's what these teasers are all about. They're meant to just almost throw us off guard in some cases, but give us small hints as to what is going on. So the very first still image is simply of a nice open lake, and one of you guys actually tweeted me with the exact image of this lake, believe it or not. I don't know how you guys find it. It's from New Zealand. It's called Lake Matheson, so I guess there can be some sort of setting based over in New Zealand, which is awesome. It's a place I've always wanted to visit, so it'd be cool if that's included within this brand new Call of Duty game. I still want to follow up that idea of there being some sort of meditation, some sort of psychotherapist talking to the main character. The guy that you're hearing, I'd assume, would be some sort of doctor, which is interesting because the name of the Call of Duty Snapchat has just changed to Dr. Salm, which means that maybe that's linking into what's going on right here. And if you go back to games like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, where there was all about the numbers, Mason, what do the numbers mean, and all this brainwashing going on, it seems like a similar line is being taken with the next Call of Duty game, which seems to be Call of Duty Black Ops 3. On top of that, all of these videos are taken from Snapchat, so they're very low res, unfortunately, but all of them have like this overlying numbers and letters that are flashing and constantly changing on top of everything that's going on. Again, linking in with that whole sort of brainwashing idea and confusion. If we continue on with this Snapchat, There's a few little sort of blurry images and glitchy images. Literally, you can't make anything out from them. I'm not sure if the colours are significant or if you guys can make anything out from it. I thought it's worth bringing up because I know you guys have got very, very keen eyes. I don't want to miss out on anything at all. And then also the side profile of a girl who ends up turning her head to the camera or to face you and then turns back again. I don't remember, to my recollection, of any significant young female characters from Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, so I assume this would be some sort of key character, or emotionally some sort of key character, linking in with Call of Duty 2015, that's helping with this whole sort of like stimulation process and calming process that is going on in all of these Snapchats. Again, you've got another sort of tranquil image here of a nice open lake, a sunset, birds flying around, really trying to sort of bring all of those happy feelings back. But then it changes gear. It changes gear quite suddenly, because as soon as that girl appears, we go back to that forest image taken from the first Snapchat. But of course, it's where the rays of light come through the trees, and then things get a little bit more dark. Almost like a storm comes in, you see clouds rolling over hills, the match lights, and then that's when everything changes, because as soon as that changes, you get a still image of what looks to be like an X-ray of an actual body. A bit of a disturbed, slightly mutated body, but an X-ray of a body nonetheless. And then the image straight after that leads on to actually a helicopter, which is interesting, because this helicopter has been identified, and it's been identified as going into production and being used in the American services around 1979. Now, so far, we don't have any huge hints in terms of the time zone or when this game's going to be taking place, but this does position us with this helicopter after the Vietnam War, for those of you guys that are wondering about that, which means that potentially it's not going to be happening during the Vietnam War, but at the moment we still don't know. I mean, Call of Duty doesn't have to be set within one specific time zone. We've seen for quite a while now the jumping of time zones, going all the way back to the past, going all the way back to the future. Within Black Ops 2 that happened, of course. So honestly, I think the time zone is quite an open thing, and it could literally be anywhere. Let me know when you guys would love to see the game base. Would you like to see it thrown all the way back to maybe World War 1 or World War 2? Assuming that they can go far that back and this helicopter doesn't have too much to do anything, or would you rather they go present or future? Let me know, because everything is still up in the air at the moment. Next up is a very interesting image, which looks to be like some sort of cell mutation going on. This whole sort of meditation thing that's going down is that maybe this person's undergone severe stress, or maybe they're doing some sort of experiments, and this cell multiplication is something to do with it, and they're testing on humans to try out maybe creating some sort of superhuman soldier. That could be a potential thing as well, but just a theory. And then once we move on from that, we get an actual picture of actual men in arms in the battlefield. Again, maybe this gives us some sort of idea as to when this is going to be set, but I don't want to jump on any time zones quite yet. I want to wait for more information to come out. And you've got to remember, if this whole meditation thing is happening, then he's probably thinking and looking back on past experiences, things that have happened, rather than things that are happening or going to happen. So a lot of this stuff may have happened already and may not actually be based around what you actually get up to in the game. And then it ends up, very briefly, this still image. The first thing I thought of when I saw this image was like a sort of passport with like someone's picture, that sort of white square being someone's picture, and that black line in the middle being the fold where you open up the passport. But a very, very loose image there that's hard to identify. But that's not all we've got, my friends. We've got more to come. So the latest Snapchat that has come through at the time of making this video, and of course I'll keep you guys updated with everything else this week, is this image here of a blue full moon. Now, at first I was like, well, what's this all to do about a blue full moon? I googled it a little bit. Turns out you get this sort of effect when there are particles in the air blocking the light between yourself and the moon, and often this normally occurs during a volcanic eruption when you've got all of the smog and the particles up in the air. So it could be hinting at some sort of volcanic or natural disaster happening within the single player for the next Call of Duty game. But something that is guaranteed is that if you alter the image a little bit and really stare just above the moon, you can actually see the name Dr. Salim actually, or Dr. Salim actually clearly written on that image there. Again, going back to that doctor who I believe at the moment is the guy sort of giving you therapy and talking to you through this experience, and trying to sort of relieve you of all those traumatic experiences that you have lived in the past, and trying to bring you to your happy place. On top of that, another literally just brand new Snapchat has gone live with 10 seconds of video, so let's take a look.
Imagine somewhere calm. Imagine somewhere safe. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest.
This one is a little bit of an unusual one, and again sort of relates back to the sort of darker side of what's going on here. It starts off with a very nice, again, tranquil, and it's actually not nighttime this time, daytime image of like a nice open mountain range, and then it moves on to, again, like a nice little river flowing down. It's all nice and dandy, and then the third picture shows what looks to be like some blackbirds in the snow, and they show a similar image later on, but it reveals a little bit more, I believe. And then next up again, the nice sort of sunset or sunrise of this mountain range, and they keep on talking about this white forest. So I can only assume that something has happened in this forest that is of good memories, or something has happened in this forest maybe on some sort of crazy mission, and the person they're sort of trying to extract this information from has forgotten what's happened on this crazy mission in this forest, and they're trying to relive those memories and try and relive the moment to draw out as much information as possible about it so that he can remember what went on. The next image here, I've looked at it so much that I just can't work out what it is, and again, the poor quality of these videos, it's very mysterious. I thought I saw a cow to start off with. I was like, come on, Ali, it's not a cow, let's be real here. And then when I look back a little bit, it's almost as if it's two eyes. Maybe someone that's sort of like trapped in the snow or something. Let me know what you guys can make out from this image. It's definitely a hard one. But the next two are very interesting. So it goes back to the bird picture, but it looks like there's blood on the ground. There's that sort of vivid red colour, almost as if the birds are eating away at some body or something, as if something's been killed. And that's why all the birds have flocked to this area. So some battle or something has gone on. And to sort of finalize that sort of violence, the final part of the Snapchat is actually blood just dripping down from the top of the screen, and definitely, maybe this is actually the end of this whole sort of therapy, and it's been so stressful and so sort of like taking so much toll on this person that it's like, you know, when sort of you bleed from your ears a little bit when something's been super stressful or super high intense. Maybe this is the end of this whole sort of process. Now at the moment, guys, this is all we have built up and all we've been given for the Call of Duty 2015 teasers, but do not go anywhere because this is just the start, literally just the start. Make sure you're subscribing. I'm sure later this week we're going to be getting even more stuff, literally tomorrow, the next day. And typically this builds up to something much, much bigger, often in the form of a full-on teaser trailer that could be coming as soon as this weekend. We've got so many questions still. We still don't know the title. We still don't know the time period. Of course, in the last Call of Duty game, we've had exosuits in the form of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Will that be returning in the next Call of Duty game, or will they go back to just standard, like you're seeing on screen here for Black Ops 2, to standard movement? We still have so many more questions, and I will be here to answer it all for you guys. So let me know what you're thinking so far down below in the comment section. Are you convinced that it's Call of Duty Black Ops 3, or are you having other thoughts? Let me know what's going through your mind, and if you're pumped up and excited, you can check out more videos on screen here, including a vlog where I recently went to Miami, which was a load of fun, so make sure you're not missing out on any of that stuff. It's going to be a crazy, crazy week, my friends. Thank you for staying tuned to the end. You guys are the best, and stay tuned here for the latest Call of Duty 2015 information.